cross. Hey, y'all know what? It's Friday. That's right. And welcome to the Strictly Southern Show. I'm so glad that you're here today. We got a great show planned for you. It's the week before NQC. And so I'm hoping that I'm going to see a lot of you. I'm going to meet some folks that I've never met before, only talk to them on Facebook at NQC. And if you're going to be there today, I want you to let me know. Let me know on the show if you're going to be at NQC, because I would love to see you, love to meet you. I'll be at booth number 615. We're going to be doing some interviews. We'll be talking to some folks and giving information about Creekside Gospel Music Convention, which will be here before we know it. That's the next big thing coming up, right? And one of the guys that I'm going to be interviewing, I'm so excited about this interview, is Mike Lefevre. And we're going to be talking about their #1 song. And we're also going to be talking about the history of the Lefevre Quartet. And we'll also find out what their next radio single is.
Well, the sun's gonna come up
this
in the
was
morning,
their
and
first
the joy
#1.
of the Lord's gonna rise with the dawn, and He'll write mercy into your
But
story.
I bet it
The
won't be the
sun's
last.
gonna come up in the morning. Sun's gonna come up in the morning.
Oh yeah.
Well, the sun's gonna come up in the morning, and the joy of the
Y'all
Lord's
tell me, are you
gonna
gonna be at
rise with the dawn,
NQC?
and He'll write mercy into your story. The sun's gonna come up in the morning. Sun's gonna come up in the morning. Ever had a bad day?
Ever had a bad
Or
day?
that you couldn't wait to get?
Today's a
Never
good
needed
day.
second chance.
That's right. It's a good day for a good day.
Well, here's the good news. When you lay down tonight, there's gonna be a clean
I need your
slate.
messages.
At the first sign of light, well, the sun's gonna come up in the morning, and the joy of the Lord's gonna rise with the dawn, and He'll write mercy into your story. The sun's gonna come up in the morning. Sun's gonna come up in the morning. We live in a crazy world, and it sure can get you down, but the
Good morning,
love that is
Lorraine Walker.
greater.
Good to see you
And
this
it'll
morning.
never run out. So when you feel like you're at the end of your rope, don't you ever give up. Don't you ever give up. Keep holding on to hope.
That's right.
Holding on to hope. Well, the sun's gonna come up in the morning, and the joy of the Lord's gonna rise with the dawn, and He'll write mercy into your story. The sun's gonna come up in the morning. Sun's gonna come up in the morning.
Yes,
Well, the sun's
Christina.
gonna come up in the morning, and the joy of the Lord's gonna rise with the dawn, and He'll write mercy into your story. The sun's gonna come up in the morning. Sun's gonna come up in the sun's gonna come up in the morning. Sun's gonna come up in the morning.
Hey, the sun's gonna come up in the morning. That is Mike Lefevre. That's the Lefevre Quartet. And I wanted to just let all of y'all know that whenever I get up to NQC, if you'll stop by the booth and let me know that you're there. Especially right now, I'm talking to all you artists. I will have some cancellations for interviews, and the interviews that we'll be doing are actually for SDN Scoops Magazine, and then we'll also be doing liners for my show. I mean, won't that be cool? I told Mike I wanted him to say, hey, this is Mike Lefevre, and you're listening to my favorite radio program here on the Strictly Southern Show. Wouldn't that be cool? And so anyway, I got some of the artists are going to be doing some liners, and some of them are actually going to be interviewed for a story. So it's going to be fun. And if you're an artist and you're watching, you know, a whole lot of things to do that it works out that way. You can't get it all done. So it's been one of those kind of weeks. But all in all, it's been a great week. And I'll be going to my son's ball game. Anybody going to a ball game tonight? The Heflin, Cleveland County. Y'all call it Cleveland County Tigers. I'm telling my age. But when I was a cheerleader, we called them the Heflin Tigers. And they're going to be playing tonight. The game will be broadcast live here at WPIL. And my son's group is son's team is the Thompson Warriors, and they're going to be playing tonight in Tuscaloosa, Alabama. So I'll get to go down and watch the game and see them play. And then tomorrow night, Hope's Journey will be singing in Englewood, Tennessee. And then on Sunday morning, we'll be singing in Sweetwater, Tennessee. And then I'll leave from that singing to head up to the National Quartet Convention. There's always just an excitement in the air when it gets to be time for the National Quartet Convention. And I just wonder today, what are some of the things that you're looking forward to? Like Nicholas, my friend Nicholas is on here, and I can answer for him. He can't wait to go and meet and see all of the quartets. He's going to want to go around and hear all of the quartets sing because he is a quartet man. And, and then there's a lot of people that I don't see except at NQC every year. And at Creekside, we kind of keep in very blessed by having so many friends from this show. I want to play this song right now for one of my friends on this show. His name is Fonzo Field, and because I've met Fonzo, I have truly been blessed. I love you, Fonzo. I miss you when I don't see you for a while.
When he walks among us and all that he does, all of his mercy and all of his love, if the pen of the writer could write everything, even his words could never contain.
Hey, Scott.
How I have
Let me see if I can fix the screen a little better. There we go.
warmth in the
A little better.
winter and flowers in spring.
Hey, Miss
Laughter
Linda.
in summer and the changing of the leaves.
Ashley Beasley.
There's food on my
How are
table,
you, girl?
a good place to sleep, clothes on my back and shoes.
My name is Vonda Marie Lizette Seisler Easley Armstrong III. You think I can do that, right?
I have arms that can raise and a voice that can talk.
I have been so blessed.
Hands that can touch and legs that can walk, ears that can listen.
Woo! My eyes are leaking this morning, y'all.
I've got to praise him as long as I breathe, for I have been blessed.
I'm gonna turn your mic off.
overwhelmed.
I'm gonna make Brandon say. Now you're kind of just free in here.
He's not just the song, he's the reason I sing.
This is Brandon, y'all.
I have been blessed, he's so good to me. And precious are his songs of you and
We need him.
knowing that I count them, there's not enough time. So I'll just thank him.
This is Brandon.
So
He's a pastor, and he's the voice of the Cleveland County Tigers.
We need to talk about the church.
That's right. We can talk about whatever you want to, young man.
God has been good, so
Woo, that lighting makes me like a ghost.
I have been blessed.
See if that helps him. That's better. That was Ashley Franks. I'm a little bit prejudiced, I think, to her. I had a guest stop by, and he's right now on his phone. Y'all see him? Look at him over there on his phone. Like, the number one thing you don't do when you're on somebody's radio show is talk on your phone.
Well, I'm actually trying to pull up a flyer. to
I
talk about
know.
real quick,
You were going to talk
too.
about something that's going on. This is Brandon Johnson. I want y'all to meet him. Brandon is a pastor here in Heflin, and not only is he a pastor of a pretty new church, like I wouldn't say brand new, but a pretty new church, he's also does the football show. What do you call it? You call it the recap? Well, you don't. Today's the recap or whatever, but what do you call what you do? You're the sports
We do
announcer.
yeah, so we obviously do play-by-play for WPIL 91.7. We cover Cleveland County Tigers. This is our third season covering them. We're 4 games in it so far. Myself and Luke Bowman.
And who do we play tonight?
We play the Jacksonville Golden Eagles in Jacksonville. Another region game for the Tigers tonight. So big things going on, around the county. Obviously, tonight, big football game is our another opportunity for us to for Cleveland County to find their first win and a really good quality opponent tonight. So if you can't make the football game, obviously you can tune in on WPIL 91.7, and also if you can't get us on the radio, you can tune in to our website at www.wpilfm.com. Click on the Listen Live tab, and there you go. You'll have Cleveland County Tiger football on your radio. We start at 6:30 for O'Reilly Auto Parts pregame show, and then our keynote sponsor is WM Grocery, and we'll do the game of the week for them this week also. So
one of the things, like our listeners, they don't know, I got people listening from all over the place.
Sure.
And so they don't really know what's kind of going on with Cleveland County football, but we're going to fill you in just a little bit. Our coach, Coach Michael Short, a lot of times he's in this room watching on Friday mornings. So he's the guy I have mentioned, I don't know how many times that we were praying for him, but he's been going through some stuff, and he wasn't able to be at, a couple of the games, or has he been at any of them this year?
he wasn't there. I don't think he's been to. He's missed 2.
He's missed 2. Do you know how he's doing this week? Or
I've seen Coach Short out and about, moving around, so I think he's getting better. I don't know as far as his status.
he'll be there tonight?
I'm going to sound like a coach for 1 second. It may be a coach if you're listening. I'm going to try my best to sound like a coach and an ESPN guy at the same time. What do they say? It may be a game time decision.
Oh, yeah. Well, I know this. I know that God still answers prayer.
Oh, absolutely.
And we've all been praying really, really hard for Coach Short, and hope that he'll be able to be at the game. I know the players miss their coach, and
Absolutely.
I know the coach misses their players. And so each week, one of the first games that I want to see is how Heflin did. And so I want to let them hear just a little bit of what it sounds like around here at night. This is an intro to 2018 football, and this is a spot that Brandon did.
Back, and he'll hand it off up the middle. Anderson, he's going to be stopped again. Swofford now will run over to his right, fire over to Gage Harcrow. It'll be caught, be enough for a first down. They brought the fire one over to the far sideline to Isaiah. He'll get catch it for a first down and step out of bounds. It'll be an onside kick. The Tigers are getting close to it. He got it. It'll bounce to Houston. Houston now will fight his way to the line. He's got to break out into the open. He's at the 20, 50, 10. Fire walks in. Touchdown, Touchdown Tigers.
Hey, hey, hey,
This
hey.
is Tiger Football.
Oh, yeah.
Oh yeah,
So,
fun stuff.
yeah. As y'all can see, Brandon, the same way he gets into his sermons, he gets into his
Oh, yeah.
football. And I'm sure he has a really great time out there on the sidelines. But a lot of people don't even really realize just what all that Brandon does. I
Gosh.
see him all during the week. He'll either be at the church, I'll see his truck uptown, running around. I saw him the other day going in City Hall. And I can only imagine now with being a pastor of a church. You just thought you were busy before you became the pastor.
Oh yeah, you know our church. One thing that is crazy is the how God will deliberately make you find your purpose, and you can wonder as long as you want to, but eventually I believe without a shadow of a doubt, and I've seen it over the last 6-7 months, that God will develop and show you your purpose. Church, we have prayed, and over the last 9 months, we have seen our prayers be answered like almost instantly. And it's cool to see that God still answers prayer. We realize we're in a fallen creation, but God is still out there fighting for those that are fighting for Him. And so our church started, and we were meeting at the Armory here in Heflin, at the City Armory, and we met there for 4 months or so, and during the whole time we were praying, God, send us a building. This is not the
I remember that. I do.
This is not the place where
You had to put the chairs out.
Yep, every Saturday night we put out chairs and set up the stage, but
Take them down.
the whole time we prayed, God, this is not the place that we feel like we're called to. This is not the place. Show us a place, give us a building, give us somewhere that we can call our own. And I mean, within weeks, a building in town came open. And this is just unheard of. It doesn't happen this way. It's only a God thing. Is that our church had very we were rocking anywhere between 75 to 100 people on Sunday when we were at the Armory. And of course that goes up and down with a new church. We get that, but we were not at a place financially where we could buy a building.
Right.
And so it's just unheard of that our church, just everything fell into place, and we got incorporated, and we were able to borrow money and purchase the building, and now we've turned it into a beautiful church. And we're open on Sunday mornings, Wednesday nights. We're trying our best to get involved with the community. God answered a prayer for a worship leader. God answered a prayer for a building. God has answered our prayers for financial help and freedom, and so. We're growing, and so you can find us 741 Ross Street in downtown Heflin. We're right in front of Fred's, and our services are on Sunday mornings. We start at 9 a.m. for Sunday school, and then 10:15 for our worship hour, and then on Sunday nights we do this thing we call life groups. We just finished up one class. We're going to another, and we call it tables this time. So we're going through the book of Ephesians with a book by Max Lucado. And so 5:45 that starts on Sunday night. So come on and join us. Be a part of what
Right.
God's doing. And I think that He's created a mission field here in Cleveland County for our church and other churches as well. And we want to support them and support the other churches in the community. And because we're all in this together. And when we stop, fighting amongst each other, and we stop trying to go at this thing as a competition, then we're going to reach a lot more people in this
That's right.
family.
That happens in everything. It's not just church. It happens in day-to-day work and, everything. It happens in ministries. It happens everywhere. And you're right. If everybody would just come together, look at all of the work that we could do for the Lord, if we would all be in one mind and one accord. You were talking about that you didn't have the money. Well, God loves to work in hopeless situations.
Oh, yeah.
And He likes to show up whenever everybody else says that it could not be done. he loves to show up. And I love it whenever he does something and people give him the glory for it, like you just did. You said, hey, we couldn't have done this. It was a God thing.
Oh, absolutely.
And we're so excited about having you be a part of what's going on at WPIL, and having you on the sidelines on Friday night is an awesome thing too, because not only the same sermons and the same stuff that you're going through, the same stuff you just talked about, not only can it be applied in church on Sunday, it can also be applied on Friday night. And I'm sure that you've gotten to know some of the players on the team, and we've got some really good kids here in Heflin, and I'm just really, really pulling behind them and really hoping that tonight's going to be a victory for them.
Yeah.
Now, I mean, you think about a golden eagle or a tiger. I mean, a tiger seems like it's going to come on top. There you go. Those are cute. Tiger seems like a tiger ought to be the golden eagle, don't you think?
Yeah, I would think so. And sorry, but there's a lot of stories that can be developed in this season as the Tigers look for a win that they haven't found in a long time. And it's in your spiritual life and football, it can go together. Because there's a lot of times in our own life that we're wandering through the wilderness looking for our first win, our first spiritual win, and then when you find that and you get a taste of it, you're just passionate, and you have this undying fire in you to you get on this mountaintop, and you try to find the next one, and that's the situation that's going on in our church right now. But also, I think when these guys on the football field find their first win and they get a taste of it, and Coach Shorts talked about that a few times, but when they get a taste of that first win and they can gain momentum from that, and they see where they started, and
That's
then
right.
where they found that win, and then where they could get to potentially, I think that the opportunities would be endless for the remainder of this season.
Absolutely. Hey, Denise Easter, I saw her just logging. If I were a coach, I'd be telling them the story of David and Goliath every
Absolutely.
time. That'd be my pregame speech about David and Goliath. They wouldn't even walk out there and look at anybody bigger than them. I'd be telling them all about what God can do, because it's not our power. It's His power.
And I think this football team here is a really, really good football team. They've been able to score a lot of points. They've had some issues and some ups and downs on defense, but it seemed like last week, first half, they kind of got that worked out. But like I said, I think when they find their first taste of victory, and they kind of see what that's like, then I think that Katie bar the door
That's
the rest
right.
of the year, because once they find that, I believe they'll find some more. So.
Well, Brandon, how on earth did you end up in Heflin, Alabama? You were not from here.
No, I grew up in Lineville, Alabama.
Oh, no, that's one of those Aggies.
Yeah, playing for the Aggies. No, I met my wife. I went to Fulton University. I played football there in college, and did an internship up here at East Heflin Baptist Church, and met my wife there at Vacation Bible School. And what's funny is that I was devoted to the youth, and I didn't want to. I seen her walking around, the church or whatever, and
Right.
it caught my eye, and I waited to the very
kinda
last
pretty.
day, of my internship, and talked to her, and so we kind of hit it off, and the rest is history. We've been married now for 5 years, and two little kids, a beautiful little boy and a beautiful little girl, and so I found my way coaching soccer this year for the first time too with my son, and I have I don't know anything about soccer, so I'm just kind of winging it.
I hear it's tough.
It is tough. So.
I've heard a few football players say that they hung out up here at the rec center and played soccer with some guys and got beat to death.
Yeah, it's an interesting sport, but no, we've been here for since 2013, and I've loved every minute of it.
Well, I got one more thing I want to ask you about is, did you know at a very young age that you were going to be a preacher one day?
Well, when I was little, my grandmother and my grandfather used to have a little podium in their little day room, and they used to have, you remember the big giant gold Bibles they used to have there, and I used to get behind that thing a lot, and and stand behind it and preach, or what I thought was preaching. So I didn't know that this is what I was going to do one day, but it's funny how God kind of work things out. And I'll say this, and I'll close and get out of your way, but I was the youth pastor at New Harmony Baptist, and I was struggling with with, you know, God, is this what you want me to do? You know, is this, you know, do you want me to be a pastor or a youth pastor? You know, what do you want to do? And I kept saying, you know, God, put me on the stage somewhere. Put me on the stage. Let me speak. Put me on the stage. You know.
Let me tell my story.
Yeah, but it was a humbling moment because, you know, there's only been 2 times in my life that I've heard God audibly speak, and it seemed like when He spoke this time, we were in Gatlinburg, Tennessee, at a youth conference, and I was standing outside a door, and it just kind of seemed like everything around me just stopped, and you know, I'm getting chills talking about it, but everything around me stopped, and it seemed like time stopped, the clock stopped, just everything stopped, like I was in this, like you see on the movies, you know, and then just this sweet voice, very, very deep voice, very passionate voice, only way I can describe it, but a very, very deep voice whispered to me in my spirit, and I know without a shadow of a doubt it was God speaking, and He said, Brandon, He said, when you get off your stage, I'll put you on one.
Wow.
And
wow.
And that moment, you know, because I thought it was all about me.
Mm-hmm.
You know, let me tell the story, God. Let me tell my story. But the whole time, God would say, you know, I
Why
want you
don't
to
you
tell
tell
my stories, you know. And so that's what I did. And you
what
know,
a story right there.
eventually,
Wow.
he gave me a church and gave me a wonderful congregation of wonderful visitors, and so he's made Cleveland County my mission field. And hey, on Monday nights too, we do this thing called Grow. It's called God, Redemption, and Opportunity. And we open up our church every other Monday night. We'll have a session this coming Monday. But we start at 6. We feed you guys, and then at 6:30 we have worship and a message. But the whole class is catered to those that are struggling with drugs and addiction. You know, alcohol addiction. You know, any type of sin addiction. We want to try to help meet that need. So if you know somebody in Cleveland County, if you know somebody in Randolph County, Clay County, Calhoun County, come be a part of it, because every Monday night the class gets bigger and bigger and bigger, and we're able to try to help these people get back on track in their life,
Right.
but also at the same time we're going to give them Jesus all in
That's
the process.
right.
So,
What a great opportunity for the folks here, and I guess they could come from anywhere to
Yeah.
that. And
absolutely.
I don't know many families that have not or are not right now in some way affected by drug abuse and or addiction. And I think that's an awesome thing. I did not know you were doing that. We'd love to do a spot for you about that. Let everybody know that that's going on in Heflin on Monday nights. And tonight, everybody needs to be tuned in. If you're
That's
not
right.
there at the game, you know, are they going to be a home game?
No, we play in Jacksonville.
In Jacksonville.
On the road. So you can tune in on 6:30. There's a lot of opportunities to get the show, and it's cool because, you know, me and Luke get texts and stuff during the game, and you know, there's a group of people here that meet at certain places throughout on Friday nights on away games, and cook and hang out and have fun and listen.
And listen to the game.
It's
Well,
crazy.
thank you so much, Brandon,
Thank
for
y'all.
coming by.
Absolutely. God bless all y'all. Thank y'all for listening.
Thank you. Thanks for sharing. Here's a little 11th hour in power in prayer. I'll be right back. I gotta go get you that money for that banner.
Yeah,
It's on my desk. I took it out and I video.
Words lost on a breeze. Some just see teardrops fall into the floor. Just a waste of time. Not anything more. But it's a direct line to the throne room, where you can find
same thing, Lorraine? What a song that would be. He always knows what we need, don't he? Yes, he does.
But it's a direct line to the throne room, where you can find someone who cares. And if you need some proof,
I think there's some of us that have some proof.
there is power.
There is power.
But it's a direct line to the throne room. Oh yes, it is, where you can find someone who cares. And if you need some proof, I can tell you there is power in
Creekside Gospel Music Convention is a gospel music convention like no other. A family atmosphere. Hey, at Creekside we say we are family. Some great gospel music, preaching, and don't forget the home of the Diamond Awards.
Hey,
I'm
Diamond.
Vonda Easley, and I
How
can't
are
wait to
you?
see you at Creekside Gospel Music Convention.
Hey, is anybody coming to Creekside? Just wanted to.
Take heart, O weary Christian, don't you grieve or fear or doubt, for Christ will soon be coming, and we'll see him in the clouds, just as Jesus rose again the dead.
You might want to do that, Tim.
And you take us where our faith can then be sight. We'll be waving his
moon.
When I look in the computer, I just have to look for the song, and if it's there, it's there, and if it's not there, it's not. I don't have anything about the service. I did tell Kelly McCord to mail me a full CD so I would have songs for my show, but I have not gotten a CD from Kelly. So if you see him, you tell him. We could be blessing a whole lot of people with this music. Tell him to send it to me. I'd love to have it. Oh, a preaching conference. That's cool. I'm glad you've had a good week, girl.
In the beginning of time, you were on his mind when he hung the moon.
I'm glad I've been on his mind. Did I see Cammy Schrock in here a little bit earlier?
Now you may feel like the
Thought I did.
weighs hard
Cammy, are you in
on
here?
your shoulders, and even your
If
close
you're in here, Cammy,
friend
speak
inside
now.
is pulling
Yay! Are you gonna be an NKC? Yes, you are. Yes, you are. Because we're doing an
so
interview.
hard and lost.
We're gonna talk about your song on the interview. And today I'm gonna be playing your song on my show. And I thank you for giving it to me.
Just how much the
It has blessed me in my heart
today.
over and over and over again.
And if he hung the moon,
That coming on strong. It's an awesome song.
so he will help you. And if he holds the sparrow in flight, he'll hold
Ricky Atkinson, y'all, he ain't right. He's coming to Creekside for donuts and coffee. That's all he's coming for.
leaves of the field, how much more he loves you.
Sing it, girl.
In the beginning of time, you were on his mind when he hung the moon. In the beginning of time, you were on his mind when he hung the
When he hung the moon. That's Eagle's Wings. How about a little Cammy Schrock right here? Coming on strong. If you love Cammy, let me just see some hearts in here. If I could send them, I'd be like blowing it up right now. Who don't love Cammy? Everybody.
Tell you a story, how God got the glory. I won't go on with the details, just know Jesus never fails.
You're right,
We're
Tim.
he's all the
They sure are. And so sincere.
every night to us stand still.
Hey, Angie.
It takes God to go the distance.
I knew I'd keep you by playing
In
Cammy.
our weakness, I feel the rush of a second wind. I'm coming on strong, singing my song. Coming on from the ghetto.
Yes, you are, girl.
There's a prize. I'll be hitting my stride. Loving grace, keeping the faith. I'm coming on strong.
Hey,
I'm coming on strong. Coming on strong. Yeah.
That's Cammie Schrock coming on strong. I look forward to next week doing an interview with Cammie about her ministry, and I just love it when Cammie sits down and talks and shares her heart about the things that God has done for her. And look, I've got a lot of interviews that are lined up for National Quartet Convention, but I just want you to know that Cammie, and not just because you're here today, but yours is going to be one of my favorites. I already know that because I just love you. I absolutely do. And so many people, if you hear the word Cammie Schrock, then right behind it you'll hear, I love that girl. She's the real deal, and she is, and I'm excited about seeing her. Hey, I want to say thank you to Don's Pawn Shop, because without Don's Pawn Shop, it'd be really hard for me to be able to do this on Friday. So, hey, let's just thank them together.
Don's Pawn Shop, downtown Heflin on Burn Street, is doing taxes. Stop in and shop Don's Pawn Shop while your taxes are being prepared. That's Don's Pawn Shop in downtown Heflin at 191 Burn Street. You can call Don's Pawn at 463-2727. 463-2727. Don's Pawn Shop, doing taxes as well as your Pawn of Joy headquarters.
You get mad at your husband,
191
you
Burn
just pawn
Street in
him off.
Heflin. An
Get mad at
underwriter
your
of
wife, you just pawn him. No, I'm just
91.7
kidding.
WPIL.
Hey, this is Sunday Drive.
And you're
Oh,
listening
me,
to
I'll hear
Worship
about that later. That was a
91.7
joke.
WPIL in Heflin, Alabama.
That was old Jeff Trees and his beautiful wife. And this is their song, Living in the Middle of His Will. They're going to be at Creekside, y'all. Sunday
I
Drive.
remember well how the feeling felt when I had no peace at all. I was torn apart with a troubled heart till I heard the Father's call. I found that place where the steadfast grace of Jesus set my course. Now
living in the middle of His will. And they're one of the artists that are going to be with us at Creekside. And speaking of Creekside, we need to talk about this just a little bit. Got this poster right here in front of me, so maybe, just maybe, I can do this without leaving anything off. Creekside Gospel Music Convention, it starts on October the 28th, and it goes through November the 1st. And you don't need a ticket to come to Creekside Gospel Music Convention. However, if you want to sit on the front and you want to get VIP treatment and get those goodie bags every night, and there's some people that are just VIP people. I'm one. If you're one of those people, you want a VIP ticket, you can get one. All you have to do is just send a message to Rob on Facebook and let him know that you want to, or you can call. The number is 360-933-0741 and just say, hey, I'm one of those people, just one of those people that loves to be a VIP. And he'll fix you up. You'll have a VIP ticket there waiting on you. One of the things that we've added to Creekside this year is C.T. Townsend's going to be there. He's going to be sharing the word. And I'm just so excited. I could tell you on and on and on, and I could not even touch on how excited I am that is going to take place at Creekside. I have prayed and prayed and prayed for this to happen, and it just worked out for this year, and I'm so excited that CT is going to be there. Creekside is the home of the Diamond Awards, and you see so many things about the Diamond Awards on Facebook. The groups are saying, hey, this is where you go and vote, and the Diamond Awards take place every year, and they would not take place without Miss Jean Grady. And if you know Jean Grady, Jean and Ken, they do the Gospel Music Today program, and just super great people. But Jean is one of the best at organizing this event. We could not do the Diamond Awards without her, and so much work goes into that. And you need to come by just to meet Ken and Jean, but you will enjoy the Diamond Awards. The host of the Diamond Awards is just class act. I mean, the very best of the best, and that is Dr. Jerry Goff and his sweet wife, Little Jan. And they do a fine job too. And Dr. Goff, it's just like he always knows exactly what to say to have the crowd just cracking up laughing. And one of the best MCs, and we're so thankful to have them. Another new thing this year is the Dunaways are going to be with us. Anybody love the Dunaways? I do. I love their ministry, and I'm excited that Landon Valines is with them now. And I'm glad that I'm going to get to see Landon at Creekside. On Monday night, Dr. Goff, he is going to be honoring Arthur Rice with the Kingdom Heirs. So, listen, you absolutely don't want to miss that part. And just trust me. Another thing, I'm not really sure if we're even telling yet. I'm sure that this has been told, but I don't even know that I've seen it where it's been announced. But we're going to have a little part this year. Or actually, it's not a little part, but we're going to do a Remembering the Magrooters. And we're going to have several people that have been a part of the Magrooters are going to be there. They put together a band. They're going to be singing a lot of songs that the Magrooters sang. And I just love the Magrooters. That is actually Miss Priscilla Magruder is who my granddaughter Priscilla was named after. And I never got to meet her. I know many of you have. I never got to meet her, but would have loved to. But I love their music, and I love their heart for ministry. Eagles Wings is going to be featured this year. Not only are they going to be featured, we're going to be celebrating that #1 song, King Jesus. And that's just a few of the things that are going to be taking place at Creekside. We'll be talking about some of the artists that are going to be there when we come back. But first, we got to play that #1 song by Eagles Wings. King Jesus!
King Jesus, I know you hear me when I pray, when I'm down here in trouble.
Robbie Maxwell with the group New Ground. You are listening to the best in Southern gospel music here on this great station.
In Heflin, Alabama. Oh, I love me some New Ground, y'all. There is nothing that my God can do. Woo-woo, woo-woo.
I was sitting around wondering what I was gonna do, with bills stacked to the ceiling and my mortgage was past due. I needed tires on my car, but
How
this
you doing,
out of my
Stephen?
front yard. I was headed nowhere mighty fast. Then I thought
I'll
to
be
myself,
right back, y'all.
I could sit
I'm gonna
here
go
and
talk to
cry,
Roger about
but I
the
called on
Day 3 song that I didn't have. I'll be right back.
I turned water into wine, opened my eyes, even put some gold in a fish's mouth. I parted the Red Sea, walked on water with no heat. There is nothing that I cannot do. You may be in the same shoes, gotten some bad news. It seems like you are on a dead-end road. When it rains, it really pours. Problems knocking on your door. Can't catch a break no matter where you turn. You could sit there and cry. You can't lay down and die. Just trust in the Lord to provide. He turned water into wine, opened blinded eyes, even put some gold in a fish's mouth. He parted the Red Sea, walked on water with no heat. There is nothing that he cannot do. He turned water into wine, opened blinded eyes, even put some gold in a fish's mouth. He
I don't have it yet, but he don't have it yet. But I bet it's on the way. But he checks and we don't. So you can send the file to him, or you just, if the CD's on its way, we just haven't gotten it yet. So. But I did check, and I did try. Hey, Tim Brown.
Good morning, everybody. You're listening to
the weather.
91.7 WPIL, and today is Friday, the 21st of September, 2018. That means it's Friday night football for the Cleveland County Tigers. They're going to be traveling to Jacksonville to take on the Jacksonville Golden Eagles. And you can hear that game live right here on 91.7 WPIL tonight at 6:30 for the pregame and 7 for game time with Brandon Johnson and Luke Bowman. Be sure to tune in, and if you can't get it on the radio, if you're going to the game, use your smartphone, listen to it on WPILFM.com and hit listen live. The weather tonight is going to be partly cloudy with a low of around 68 degrees. And on Saturday, 20% chance of a shower, mostly sunny with a high of 89. Saturday night, partly cloudy, low of 67. On Sunday, it's going to be mostly sunny, high of 89 with a 20% chance of showers. And Sunday night, again, partly cloudy with a low of around 67. Monday gives us a little bit better chance of a shower or a thunderstorm. It's around 40%, and it'll be mostly cloudy with a high of 86. Thank you for listening to today's gospel music on 91.7 WPIL.
Because I can't do everything. Here is brand new song by Tanya Rose. I hope she's still in here. Love this song.
Well, I hid all my sins behind the darkness of night, and I hid behind excuses not to live in His light. Since I found His forgiveness,
Hey, she's in
His
here.
mercy and grace,
I wish it was Fonzo.
oh, I found a new hiding place.
Paula was shopping in Vonda's closet. She just brought it in here to me.
Behind the cross, in the shadow of love's sacrifice, oh, in the safety of those bloodstains, let me dwell where His love reigns. Oh, honey, behind the cross.
Hey, Rob Pats. How are you this Friday?
In my day of trouble, I'm covered by His wings, and He's the tower of strength against my enemies.
Well, it ain't for you. Look what else I
He'll
got.
be my shade when the desert is
Paula
left me
gave me
thirsty
this
and
for a
lost.
present for the Starbucks in Pigeon Forge. This is my going away present from Paula. Tell me she's not the best. This is my Vonda's closet money.
Behind the cross, in the shadow of love's sacrifice, oh, in the safety
Love
of
it.
those bloodstains, let me dwell where His
have to
love
ask her.
reigns. Oh, honey, behind the cross, in the safety of those bloodstains, let me dwell where His love reigns. Oh, honey, behind the cross, your rugged cross.
Oh, singing girl. That was Tanya Rose, brand new song by Tanya Rose. That girl's got it going on in her shiny pants. Oh yeah. And her paparazzi necklace, which was beautiful.
Jesus was a carpenter a long time ago. Joseph taught him all the things he needed to know. He grew
I see it, Dale. It's not in the
working
computer.
on the shores
But I just
of
looked.
Galilee. He learned to use a hammer and he learned to drive a nail. And when he started
too, Scott.
building, it served him mighty
I
well.
love
He
this
started
song.
on a building that stretched from sky to sky and sea to sea. Jesus is a master builder. He built his church upon the rock. He built it on a firm foundation, and the work will never stop. Jesus is a master builder. He takes the old and makes it new. He can take a life of sin, make it clean and pure again. And he can make a brand new. Jesus is a master builder. He built his church upon the rock. He built it on a firm foundation, and the work will never stop. Jesus is a master builder. He takes the old and makes it new. He can take the life of sin, make it clean and new again.
talking over on the Facebook Live page how much we love the Master Builder. That is just a great song. It's one of those that'll always be a good song. Kind of like When I Get Carried Away. Every time I hear it, it's just a toe tapper. And one of those songs. Hey, I want to take just a moment and tell you about something that's coming up that you might want to make the trip for. And that is Day 3's second annual homecoming. And it's taking place Saturday night. That's right. Saturday night, as in tomorrow. That's right. And it's going to be at the Good Shepherd Church in Theodore, Alabama. It's going to be Day 3 and featuring also their friends Big Blessing. And there will be a small admission price. If you'll go over to Day 3's page, you'll be able to look at that and it'll tell you how much it is. But let me just tell you, it's not very much for what you're going to get. This is an awesome thing for Day 3 every year that they do their anniversary, and it helps their ministry to carry on. And so if you are like a whole lot of other people that I know and you love Day 3, then you might want to make the trip down to Theodore and be a part of their second annual homecoming. Now, I was looking at some food. I don't know if it was Scott's mama or Amy's mama, but they were cooking and they were about to starve me to death. And I think they're going to be serving food. They'll have to back me up on that, but you might want to make plans to be there. It starts at what time, Scott? You'll have to tell us what time it starts. But it starts tomorrow. I'm looking at the page, and I'm sure it's up there at the top. I clicked on it. There we go. Let's see. Second annual. The doors are going to open. I got it. The doors are going to open at 4:30 p.m. The concert's going to be at 7 o'clock p.m. and it does include a meal. Now I found the food list. Are y'all ready? Seafood gumbo, homemade chili, and they're going to have homemade desserts. So there you go. That's worth the trip right there. Day 3, second annual homecoming, tomorrow night. There's Day 3. We know them folks. A lot of food.
We talked about the end of time for so many years and dreamed about the blessed day that Jesus shall appear. And I can get excited
is the pizza
Papa's
worth driving for,
Pizza.
located here at
I hear
41
Terry
Owen
Wooten's
Circle
gonna
in
have Papa's
Heflin,
Pizza
Alabama.
tonight
Jimmy
while
and
he's
Lisa
working
Price,
for
the
the
owners,
football
say,
program.
hey, check out the daily specials at Papa's Pizza on WPIL's Facebook page. Papa's Pizza to Go, a proud sponsor of WPIL
Thank you, Papa's
91.7, the voice of Heflin.
Oh, that's right.
That'll be a happy morning over the sea. When the cares of life shall pass away. You're there to welcome
Where's
all
my
the ransomed
cowbell,
and
y'all?
free. When they ring the bells of heaven on that
Oh, I found it. The lady that bought me this loves me, y'all. And I love her. Y'all ain't singing. You're just jealous because you don't have a cowbell. Imagine. Sure. Rhonda, you need to borrow my other cowbell. I think you need it. I'll find it for you.
Oh, when they ring the bells of heaven, ring the bells of glory. When the angels gather on that day for the hallelujah morning.
I'll let you borrow it.
What a happy meeting. When they ring the bells of heaven on that day. When they ring the bells of heaven on that
That's right. That is when they ring the bells of heaven. I have to get the cowbell out whenever that song comes on because you just need it. We were talking a little bit earlier about Creekside, and we went over a few of the groups that were going to be there, and we talked about some of the new stuff that's going to be taking place at Creekside, but I got some more. Now, if you're going to be at the National Quartet Convention next week, SGN Scoops will be present at booth number 615. We'll be doing some interviews, but we'll also be giving lots of information about Creekside. You will be able to purchase VIP tickets at that booth that day. You can subscribe to the SGN Scoops magazine. And if you're an artist, then Rob's going to be unveiling something that he's never, ever, ever done before, and which involves 12 whole months presence in the SGN Scoops magazine, the digital and the print, for 12 months. Also, it involves a CD release. If you have a new CD coming out, you get a CD release, and it involves a Fast Five story for your group. And, that's right, and you will be a guest on the Strictly Southern show, You Pick When. So all of that, plus 12 months in the magazine, and I have no idea what the price is going to be, but I know that he's already said that I'm going to pass out when he tells everybody. So he'll be announcing later today when to stop by the booth and find out what he's going to do. And this will be for 12 months presence in the magazine, something that will only be offered at NQC. So if you don't get to stop by there, if you see Rob running up and down, he's always running up and down talking to everybody at NQC, stop him and ask him about it, because it's going to be pretty special. I believe that. The Williamsons, they're going to be at NQC, and also Mark 209, those crazy guys that have the red microphone stands. Well, they're going to be at Creekside too. But there's going to be something different about Mark 209 at Creekside this year. You may or may not know this, but unless you've been living under a rock for the last few weeks, you probably do know that the big yellow bus is back. That's right. Different bus, but same color. So you'll be able to spot Mark 209 miles away in the parking lot at Creekside. Not only will Mark 209 be there, but our friends, the His Songs, will be there. And also, the Bates family are going to be at Creekside. There's this one group that I am so excited that they're going to be there this year. And that is Children of the Promise. If you've not heard Children of the Promise, then listen, you're missing out. If you remember a couple years back, Greater Vision was on stage, I believe, at at Singing in the Sun. And they called up this young man to sing with them, and he sang, I Know a Man Who Can. So what you need to do is you need to Google YouTube, and you need to look up, I Know a Man Who Can, Singing in the Sun, Children of the Promise. Type in all that, and it'll come up. And whenever he walked up on stage to sing with them, the place just erupted. It was wonderful. But that mama, she has taught them boys about Jesus. And you can be around them for just a few minutes, and you will fall in love with Nikki and the boys and their whole family, Nikki's husband too. But I'm excited about them being there. And then there's this other group that I am excited. I had a request a few minutes ago for us to play this song, You Better Get Right. But the Jordan Family Band are going to be with us, and I'm going to play you this song by them right now.
Get right.
You better get right.
People, listen to what I've got to say. I've been thinking about this world the way it is today. Brother against brother, on every hand, you know there ain't no safe haven in this wicked world below. Someday soon we're going to a better place. Are you ready to go? You better get right, or you're gonna get left behind. You better decide. You gotta make up your mind. That day is closer than you think, and you don't have very much time. You better get right, or you're gonna get left behind.
I like it.
I heard some preacher on the radio today. He was sounding out the gospel in a good old-fashioned way. He spoke of great destruction, and there was fire in his soul. He said you must repent and make it right. That's the only way you know. 'Cause someday soon we're going to a better place. Are you ready to go? You better get right, or you're gonna get left behind. You better decide. You gotta make up your mind. That day is closer than you think, and you don't have very much time. You better get right, or you're gonna get left behind. You better get right, or you're gonna get left behind. You better decide. You gotta make up your mind. That day is closer than you think, and you don't have very much time. You better get right, or you're gonna get left behind. That day is closer than you think, and you don't have very much time. You better get right. You better get right. Oh, you better get right. Or you're gonna get left behind.
Hey. You better get right, or you're going to get left behind. That is Jordan Family Band. We were talking about groups that are going to be at Creekside this year. We have several groups that I don't think they've ever been to Creekside before, unless they came to Creekside before I was helping with Creekside. But we've got some new folks, and so you're going to be just really, really blessed whenever you come in. Those of you that come every year, it seems to be just a little bit different. But one thing that always remains the same about Creekside is that we are family at Creekside. And everybody that comes there every year, they can't wait to see each other, but they've heard it from each other or saw each other all during the year too, because we keep in touch with our friends at Creekside. There's a song called Open Invitation by Exodus, and it's one of my favorite songs out there that's playing today, and I love that song. And Exodus is going to be at Creekside as well, and I'm going to play that song for you right now, and then I'll be playing a song by a group that you haven't seen at Creekside before, a brand new group to Creekside, not a brand new group, but a brand new group to Creekside, and that is Answered Prayer. You're going to be hearing that song after Exodus. Don't go anywhere.
The Lord has a reward.
before the dawn.
Oh, sing it, y'all.
So try, just keep
Pressing on.
right on time. He said, just put your hand in mine. The darkness is just before the dawn.
What a message.
This late at night, you're by your bedside, praying, Lord, I can't go on. I've just been fighting this battle for too long.
Nikki, you sing that song, girl, like you've had some battles.
Devil, he thinks he's won. He said my prayer with her side, but then God steps in.
When big God steps in, right on time.
Says, get behind me. That child is mine.
Get behind me.
Oh, the darkness is just before the dawn. The darkness
Wow.
is just before the dawn. So try,
Just keep on pressing on.
right on time. He said, just put your hand in mine. Oh, the darkness is just before.
Just before the dawn.
To light and hell. So don't you worry, all will be well. Because the darkness is just before the
It's a prayer. I hope CT sings this song at Creekside. I think we need to request it if you don't.
Abraham prayed for the day God would give him a son. Blessed Isaac was his name, the greatest gift
That
he'd ever
ever
known.
known.
Then came the day. Who would have dreamed God would say, you gotta give him back to me. And on this mountain you must prove that it's you and Isaac, or it's me and you. So when I lay my Isaac down with a broken heart, but my Father's proud, and on this altar where he lay, justified that it wasn't him, God wanted me.
Woo, what a song.
Now most of us, I dare to say, oh, we've got an Isaac standing in God's way, but it's on this altar you too can prove that it's not all to thee, my blessed Savior. I surrender.
Yeah.
When I lay my eyes down, when the broken
No, Miss Linda, I couldn't do it. I can tell you right now. I couldn't.
Father's proud, and on this altar where he lay, just to find that it wasn't him, God wanted me.
Do you still think of the wrong you have done? Though covered by the blood of God's precious Son, one day you'll be free from the chains of regret.
That's right.
His promise is true, and here's what he said: Heaven takes care of it all. God wipes away any tears that may fall, the sin and the shame, the sickness, the pain. Heaven takes care of it all.
Boy, that's good news, ain't it? Heaven takes care of it all.
You prayed for a loved one who suffered so long. The end must be near. His strength is all gone, but saints will be healed either here or above by the touch of His hand.
That's right,
In
Scott.
mercy and
Heaven's gonna take care of all of them, man.
Heaven takes care of it all. God wipes away any tears that may fall, the sin and the shame, the sickness, the pain. Heaven takes care of it all. Heaven takes care of it all.
Amen. Yes, it does.
God
All of
wipes
it.
away any tears that may fall, the sin and the shame, the sickness, the pain. Heaven takes care of it all. Oh, the sin and the shame, the sickness, the Heaven takes care of
Woo! Man, we're playing a lot of Creekside artists today. That was Children of the Promise. This is a brand new song, or not brand new, but fairly new. Their newest one, Mark 209.
You've been defeated another round. It's not the first time you've fallen down. Life didn't turn out like you hoped it would. That doesn't mean you won't be used for good. There is a Father making all things new. He holds a future, there's a place for you. chance. You see an ending, God sees a brand new start. You see mistakes,
Yes.
you see your heart. You'll never make it out there on your own. He knows the way along. You can't get there from here. Don't give up all the dreams. Lost smiles, lost years.
Lost years.
Can all be redeemed.
All can be
There's a
redeemed.
better place, a bright day, just beyond the tears. God will make a way. You can get there from here. There's a better place, a bright day, just beyond the tears. God will make a way. I know He'll make a way. God will make a way. Make a way. You can get there from here.
We all make mistakes. God already knew. He died for us, even knowing we'd made mistakes. He'd have been the last one, he'd have been the only one. He'd have done it just for you. We all mess up. We all fail. But we're not failures. He don't make no junk, y'all. He loves you and He created you just the way you are.
Seems so long ago, he'd seen Goliath falling after he'd thrown just one stone. But now David's standing so far from that victory. You see, no one's fault but his own. He'd fallen before, but never this far. On his knees, he still heard the Lord, the man. As he prayed, Lord, please forgive this prisoner of sin. He told me that's not who I am. I fail, but I'm not a failure. My Holy Father has covered my past. And I've been down, but I'm going over. Where's my freedom? Seems so long ago, I'd seen the giants falling. They had no power over me. But now here I stand, enslaved by my choices, ashamed as I can be. I've fallen,
Oh, just drink it anyway, Rhonda.
but
It'll all come out in the wash.
never this far in the dark. I hear convictions grow bright, and I prayed, Lord,
Blessed Morning Coming by the group River's Edge, and I listen to that a lot. It's one of those real good, feel-good songs. And before that, we played Day 3, and I love that song. It says, I fail, but I'm not a failure. God don't make no junk, right? I mean, really. And what a song. What a song. I was looking through if you saw me looking down, those of you watching on Facebook Live, I was looking through my messages because this week my inbox has been full of people going through things. There's a group, a friend of mine that is a group, gospel group, that is going through financial thing after another. And honestly don't know how they'll make it to the next singing. And then not only that, but they've got some other financial stuff that's come on from the last time. They asked me not to say anything, and I won't because God already knows, but they did ask me to pray for them, and I've been praying for them. Then I've got a friend that's having some problems at home. She has been going through some marital stuff, and not anything that God can't fix, but they've been going through some stuff. And there is nothing that God can't fix. Amen. It doesn't matter what you're going through. God can fix it. There are things that we go through from day to day, and some days we wake up and we think, man, can we make it till tomorrow? But if you look around at everybody else, you'll find out that somebody else somewhere has got things a lot worse than we do. I mean, there's always something worse going on. Remember this week when you pray, my friend Linda Foster, Charlie Sexton's better half, Linda, her mom went to the doctor. They found out no more lung cancer, and I'm so excited about that. She's still having problems with the tumor that she has in her mouth, on her tongue, and I've been praying every night, not only for Mama, but also praying for Linda, because I know how hard it is to see a parent go through things and you just feel hopeless or feel like helpless. You know, you cannot fix it for them. And so please remember that. The C word, or the cancer word, if it's ever affected you or anyone in your family, it's something that you will never ever forget. It's like every morning when you wake up, it's on your mind. You wonder and you hope and you pray and you trust in Jesus. And have a friend that went for their report this week and no more cancer. That's our God. He is still in the miracle business. There are things that he can still heal. And then there are people that are going through things where someone that they were completely they trusted them so much and loved them so much, but they have done something just directly, I guess you would say, mean, or just something hurtful. And this is one thing, I battle this from time to time, but the one thing that I always try to remember is that hurting people hurt people. And if you really want something to change or a situation to change, you always change it with love rather than being mean. You always change it. Love wins, always wins. And the best thing to do is that if someone is being ugly to you or treating you bad, is to pray for them, because they're going through something usually really, really bad. And that's why that they're doing it. Because hurting people, the reason they hurt other people is that it takes the hurt off of them. And I think if I knew everything that you are going through at your house today, or if you knew everything that I'm going through at mine, that we would all be more compassionate. We'd all love each other just a little bit more. I think if we knew that somebody was going through a financial problem and we knew that it was something that they couldn't help, it was just something that, had happened and it put them in a situation, I think we'd all help them more, because you can't outgive God. And the more that you do, you just see the blessings flow. There are times that you do just have to turn and walk. You can't fix it, so you have to walk away. But so many people that are hurting, going through things. We've got a lot of people that are going to be traveling to Pigeon Forge next week. We need to remember to pray for them. Pray for traveling mercies, for a hedge of protection around their vehicle to get them to and from. And then we've got other people that are traveling in another direction, but they're going to share the love of Christ with other people at different places, different venues. We need to remember them as well. Your problem, I'm sure, is very, very big to you. My problems are big to me, but sometimes I get so involved in what I'm going through that I forget or I fail to realize what other people are going through. And I pray that God would always find me faithful to be compassionate, that He would always find me faithful to be real, and that He would always find me faithful to love people, especially people that are hurting, because that is a perfect time to share Jesus with someone that is hurting. I want to play a song for you today, going out of here. It's an older song by the Pruitt family, and I love this group. I love their music. The song simply says, "Bring it all to Jesus." You know, you could have went forever and not happened up on this radio show. You'd have been just fine. But you cannot go forever without happening up on Jesus Christ. He will be your strength when you need strength. He'll be your financial when you need financial. He'll be your marital when you need marital problems, when you're having marital problems. He'll be the one that's there. When your spouse says something to you and it hurts your feelings and you carry it, or your partner says something and you carry it forever and ever, you can talk to Jesus about anything and He'll be there for you. So whatever it is, I encourage you today to find some time, even if you're at work, go to the bathroom. I mean, you can always shut the door and go to the bathroom. And just close your eyes and talk to Him, because more than anybody else, more than any book, more than any author, more than any speaker, more than any preacher, Jesus Christ knows your heart. He knows all about you. He knows everything that you are going through. And so I want to play this song as we go out of here today, because this song has spoken to me so many times, and I feel like that it's going to speak to you too. So I know we're just a little bit over, and we're going to play this, and then we're going to play that song.
You're listening to the Gospel Mix, WPIL 91.7 FM in Heflin.
Bring it all. Lay it at His feet.
I heard you're having trouble, things are getting rough. I know that times like these can get you down. I don't know what you're facing, and I don't need to know, but you got a friend who is around.
Never ever leave you.
I may not have all the answers for you, but I know just what you can do. Bring it all to Jesus. Place it in His nail-scarred hand. Bring it all to Jesus.
I got to get out of here, y'all.
He understands.
I'm already a little over.
I know
I see y'all. Thank y'all for tuning in today. It has been an honor to see you
Give it all
and to talk about Jesus.
to Him.